Oh, what's up? Welcome to Yo, is this podcast Tiki? With your host, Olmac. We're waiting for our co-host, Mr. Capitan Sieber, El Capitan. And it's here, Mother of God. Look at that. It's that easy. I just create stuff when I say it. Like, let's go, Jeff. Here we go. View request from Jeff. That's what's up. And here it is, and here he comes. Here it, baby. There it is.
Hello,
That's
buddy.
hey.
How you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good to see you. I'm
Good
good.
to see you as well. Always a pleasure.
We've made it. Another episode.
Barely.
It's true. It's true.
Cutting it close. What's up, Kelsey? Stone Flamingo in the hizzy.
It's true that you do, one of us, or maybe it's both of us, are creating out of thin air this stuff that has happened since.
Yeah, it's clearly both of us. And there he is. There's the sponsor. Now the party started.
Hi.
Andrew Surfside Sips in the house. Always drinking out of Surfside Sips. Boom. Hold up the camera, Jeff. Surfside Sip. Well, bam.
So I was busy spraying it all over, spraying my drink all over my computer, and
Yeah. Super. We'll plug Surfside Sips more when there's more people on here, because everyone on here right now already knows the spiel.
yeah, they know to get the straws there.
They know it.
They're
And
great.
they know to use their the code word is this Tiki for 20% off their Surfside Sip. That's right, bowling team captain Andrew. So we were on. Andrew was doing a live stream yesterday, and a bunch of us were on there chatting, and we decided, or I don't really remember how it all came up, but now we're gonna start being the Surfside Sips street team, and we're all gonna get matching bowling shirts.
I love it. Great.
Yeah. I feel like bowling shirts are relatively tiki, right? You see a lot of bowling shirts around.
Yeah, and they're kind of from that era where, Tiki kind of originated. So yeah, I would give them points.
Totally. Yeah.
They're
I guess
not a place at a Tiki bar or a Tiki get together.
yeah.
That's yeah, do it. Get them.
Not going to start a bowling team though. I am terrible at bowling.
It's, it's one of those things where some people are just naturally amazing at it seems.
Yeah. I'm okay at Wii bowling.
Well, that's a different. The heaving of the ball is, it's an art.
It is. We got to get better at it, apparently. I love bumper bowling. I used to love that as a kid.
That's very low stakes.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Low stakes sports.
The key is, I think, height on your toss. Thunder.
It's more of the shot put motion.
Yeah, I've tried that.
Yeah.
I like Kamehameha'd it once. Not recently.
I don't even think are bowling alleys even open yet again. Probably not.
I don't know. Not around here.
Yeah. I'm not trying to go stick my fingers into the people been like
touch my eyes, stick fingers in and touch my eyes again. Yeah, for some reason I got sick. You'll get sick with something doing that, just in general.
In general. What's up? All right, we got some other people. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Jim Jam? What's up, Mikey?
Yeah. Gang's all here.
Kaveeks.
We did it.
We did it.
Another great show, Mac.
We'll see y'all next week. It's a good one. What are you drinking today, Jeffy?
So it should have been, I am doing a Planter's Punch, the classic cocktail of my end of the show.
Yes.
I know the recipe and it's easy and it's good. What it should have been, I realize, is a zombie because of what we've been discussing recently.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Which is the Army of the Dead from Zack Snyder on Netflix, which I didn't realize until I couldn't find it searching it. Like, it was not easy to find if you used an Apple TV and searched, you know?
Yeah, it's weird that Apple TV doesn't come up with Netflix results. That bugs the shit out of
I was like, that seems like a warning.
me. Yeah.
That seems like maybe I'm not, you know, maybe this movie, I shouldn't watch it. But as I told you, it's 2.5 hours long. Less with the slow-mo, but I made it an hour 10 in, and I was skipping a lot of stuff. I didn't skip Tig Notaro, but I skipped a lot of the beginning.
Tig, best part, right?
Yeah, she's great.
She's great. That first scene where they're like $2 million or whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, I fucking hate my life." I was like, "Yeah, me too." Watching this movie, so I'm back in.
Yeah, she was smoking next to a big truck that said no smoking.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Great bit. Great bit.
Dave Bautista is always fantastic.
His one expression sure stuck with him through the whole movie.
He's, you know, no spoilers, I haven't seen his face change yet, Mac, and I'm only an hour 10 in. But it's very much it moved right along, except for the beginning. It seems like a movie where if you're an extra, you're having a great time.
Yeah, of course.
Rest of it, it's fine. It's either whispering or screaming.
Yeah. It was really a tale of two movies. Once hopefully you don't have to finish it, but if you did, yes, Kelsey, Snyder cut.
Yeah.
I hope there's not like a Snyder cut of this movie.
A 4.5 hour guy?
Yeah. Oof.
I don't know what they would have left out.
They would have just all of the slow motion would be like halftime.
Okay. Or they would probably stretch out the beginning when they're showing the fall of Vegas. Which, when people in the beginning, so it's not a spoiler because it's in a whole like montage in the beginning.
It's like the opening credits.
Yeah, it's fighting zombies, which is a cool set of scenes and stuff. And it also shows you the characters bit by bit, which I thought it was well done. Slow motion, of course, but it was when there are hordes of zombies, and then people parachuting down into them and just like shooting what they can. There are hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you parachute into this?
Why would you not just get a helicopter and be above them?
Yeah, strafe them. I'm not entering this scenario because then, again, they get the team together and there's a few characters in like the fatigues and whatnot, but then there's some in a tank top and there's some in just like a polo shirt. And I'm like, short of an Iron Man suit, I'm not entering this place.
Yeah.
When you got.
You need one of those, like, do you remember those bear suits from, like, the early 2000s that would always be on, like, the TV shows where it shows them, like, getting hit by a big, like, Ewok log? He goes, like, flying, or they, like, it was, like, a big puffy suit where they, you know, you could go, like, watch, I think it's for scientists, but you can go watch bears with them and all that jazz. It's a good time.
I don't know what show this is.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
this is a real-life thing.
It sounds like what you're describing is like one of those suits that they use for dog training, like the attack suits.
It was very similar, but they would like, I don't know, like push the guy on a grenade or whatever, and he'd like kind of flip in the air, and it'd be fine.
Children's show you're describing?
No, it was just a thing from like the like late 90s.
Oh.
It would always be on like, I don't know, you'd probably find videos of it on like E-Bombs World.
Okay, that makes more sense. I have not seen this, but I know of the suit, I think, in passing.
Yeah.
Described.
I'll try and find it and throw it up on the story.
Yeah, no, next time, yeah, for sure. This didn't come up backstage, clearly. I'm like, Mac, what's wrong with you?
We didn't talk about the bear suit.
What is this?
Yeah. What's up, Rob? What's up, Tiki Jungle Bar from across the pond? What time is it there? It's got to be...
It's 11, I want to say.
PM?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
No, today.
Still today, not yesterday.
No.
They're ahead of us.
They're ahead 8 hours, I think.
Are we on like the back? Is the U.S. on like the back end of the time scale?
You know what? It's all perspective. just a matter of, which way you're looking. 11:15. There we go. See?
Nice.
We got you.
8 hours ahead. So it's almost tomorrow.
Depends what time it is here.
Futureland.
Yeah. Australia isn't tomorrow. I know that.
Okay.
It's tomorrow in Australia for us. For Australia, it's today. Does that make sense?
I'm keeping up.
That makes sense. All right, we're here for it's Wednesday here. Wait. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Welcome back to Time Talk. Time Zone Tiki.
Time Zone Tiki.
This is good stuff. This is
Wow. Oh wow. Okay, so Australia is 8 hours in front of the UK. And we're like so we're 16 hours behind Australia. Is that right?
Sure.
Man.
Another thing we should have discussed backstage. If time zones come up, how are we going to handle
it? Skip it. Skip it.
But that's that's my take on the Snyder zombie movie as of now. Not that Tiki, but zombies are, so what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
We had also been talking about making zombies last night when we started watching it, but
helped.
Yeah, it would have helped. We didn't have any zombies, but we did have some of those. Have you had those like Cutwater Bally High Tiki Mai Tais in a can?
I have not, but I've heard of those, and that's pretty cool.
They're not great.
There goes another sponsor. Valley Water's not giving us anything now.
They're not terrible. They have no business calling themselves a Mai Tai because it's like what it tastes like is like Malibu coconut rum and Red Bull.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, they're not good.
Oh no.
But they would be great if you're, say, I don't know, camping and trying to get fucked up real quick.
And you didn't want to bring an entire tiki bar with you?
Yeah, and you're like, look, we got the baths, the Mai Tai. But
who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
They're not good.
That's a review.
Yeah.
How many stars out of 5? 5 being the highest.
I mean, I guess I would say 2.
Are you throwing T-shirts into the crowd?
I'm throwing a pillow at Kiefer because he is licking on the couch.
Oh. Kind of.
Sort of. Who got the T-shirt? Who wants a T-shirt?
Mac doing crowd work in his living room.
You know how it goes. Man, my rum, gum, and lime did not last long. 15 minutes. 14 minutes. We started a minute late.
This is why we need, and we've talked about this, we need bartenders on scene for us.
Yep.
Mixing up drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And just handing them in from off camera.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll need 2 bartenders. If anybody in the chat wants to volunteer to either come to my place for an hour or go to Jeff's place for an hour on Wednesdays, doesn't matter where in the country you are, you can fly to us.
Get you there. You can get here.
Ian's here. What up, Ian?
What's up,
Creepers Cove.
I also just like to have a huge stash of booze next to me. You should set up next to like your booze cabinet.
I mean, my booze cabinet's right here. I got the bottle of Deadhead that I'm sure I'll start sipping on here in a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. That'll get you there.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that the original Tiki Marketplace has their next date. They do their thing down in Garden Grove at the Elks Lodge, which is the last time we went. It was cool. It was really good.
You've been to that.
Yeah, I think we went for my birthday this past year. It was like the first Tiki event we've been to in a year.
And you came away with a lot of junk, I remember.
Yeah, we got some good stuff there.
Yeah.
June 26th is the date, which honestly I probably won't be there just because Tiki Oasis is like the following weekend.
Woof. That's
Yes. I gotta save my money
yeah.
for the
For
Oasis.
that big bit. Yeah.
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 What's up, Val? Yay, Val's here.
What's up,
Whole
girl?
crew. Except for Tay. Where's Tay? The shit, Tay.
He doesn't show up anymore. He was offended by our use of the coconut drink emoji.
It's a gourd.
He really reamed us out for that, and we need to bring him on at some point.
Yeah, we do.
Defend himself.
Yeah. So we can have words.
Yeah. Just a few.
Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? What am I fucking talking about? Andrew's totally right. Tiki Oasis is end of July. This is end of June.
Oh my god. Mac, we don't...
So I'm going to be there.
It's a mess today. We don't time zone we're in. Fucking bear suits. Mac doesn't know what month it is.
Who knows?
That's fine.
Dude, all of this, I've just been, like, all of my days have just been wedding planning.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's just constant, like, all morning, all day, like, for probably the last week and a half or something. It's like all day is just wedding planning stuff. And it's a lot of just sort of waiting for other people to respond and then like trying to fill my time with other small, like, oh, I got to call this person and leave a message, or I got to design this sign so we can get it printed and whatever.
Yeah.
So
you had you had sent me info on that I need a gray suit, or that we're wearing gray suits. And I sent back, I asked what color, like what exact shade, because it's my understanding there are 50 shades of gray, and I have been so proud of that line the entire week. One of the stupidest smart things I've said all month.
Hey, it's you gotta take a win where you can find it, right?
Oh man, I need one. I need a win.
Yeah.
But and you just said just great.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine. Let's see what H&M has.
Did you find anything?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. I was also walking through the mall, and a kid in one of the massage chairs says, "Yo, I like that chain." And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. How old was this kid?
Probably drinking age, if not younger. Around that, I would say.
Love it. It's hip with the kids.
Old enough to have good taste.
Yeah.
Tiki Jungle Bar is heading out because it is late, in England.
Enjoy your sleep, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Next time we're all on here, let's get a tour of the bar. That'll be rad.
That would be awesome. That bar, which Mac brought, to my knowledge, because I had seen on like Reddit and on a number of Tiki accounts, the news story of the Tiki bar that Tiki Jungle Bar made with all free stuff. And it's fucking gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Just scrolling through, and I'm like, oh yeah, this person, because it's not unusual also on Reddit or on a lot of these accounts for them to be like, here's a home bar that I've made, here's this thing. And this one kept popping up, and I never put it together that it was this, so I never looked close enough until Mac was like, no, that's the guy who's watched our show, who's talked with us, and put our names in the bar, which is fantastic.
What a good dude. He said that he made the entire bar for 802 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know what the conversion rate is, but that seems...
That's fine.
That seems great. Who in the chat knows? If he's still in here, you got to let us know what that is in dollars.
What that is in American money?
Yeah.
I think...
It's got to be close, right?
802, well, so our scale is now 1 to 1,000. 802 should be a very special score that we give now.
Yes. It's like the 420 of Tiki.
Yeah. Yeah, weed.
We got to change the time of the show to 8:02.
8:02 American time at
Yeah.
night? Oh, back.
Now in the morning.
Oh, God.
We're a morning show now.
I would drink coffee and do this in the early AM with you. I gotta see it, Cairo. My neck is beat.
I feel your goddamn pain, dude. My entire from like here to somewhere below my feet is just absolutely fucked.
That's bad, Mac.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Zarasaurus Rex in chat says that 8:02 is 11:32 and 66 cents. So, a little over $1,000.
That's
$11.
That's amazing.
Bang on. Tiki Jungle Bar is right.
Brill.
66.
Brill.
Ironically, it's almost 11:32 his time, which, hey, manifesting it again.
Whoa.
No, this is getting out of hand now. That's good money. I've seen way more spent for way less in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rob's on board for the morning show with Mac and Jeff.
Maybe we'll switch it up one of these times. Make everyone get up early. Or
Hey, and welcome to Tiki Time in the Morning with Mac and Jeff.
I will have to mainline coffee then, and just it'll be weird.
Yeah, and I'm only gonna talk in my annoying radio voice.
Perfect.
My shock jock voice.
Because we want to get people upset as soon as they're awake. See the Jungle Bar. Always a pleasure. Cheers.
Adios, brother.
It's important to get people furious.
Yeah.
Right away in the morning. Oh, Jim Jam is saying in chat that he sends me graphic chiropractor videos in an attempt to inception him into going to one. This is true. He sends me, it's I think one in Orange County, where it's very strong men, like, cracking the necks of people, and they mic them up so you really hear everything.
Oh, whoa.
And every time the people after are like, oh my God, I feel so good. And I think it's a form of, witchcraft, and or I'm surprised sometimes that the people just don't go limp after. Because it looks like some, neck-breaking shit.
Have you ever been to a chiropractor?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
It feels great. It
I
does.
got knocked out of alignment, so I should go.
Yeah. I've been to a lot of chiropractors in my day.
Thrown out of so many chiropractors' offices.
Sir, quick drinking in here.
I'm making
Got
your
it, phone
job.
boy.
I'm gonna be relaxed, and you can just.
I will say about my experience with chiropractors, I've had really great ones. I've had ones that I don't care for so much. They're all a bit pushy, I will say, because I feel that chiropraccy, I don't know how you would refer to that as,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
is it's not like real science. There's some science to it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a thing you have to keep doing. So
yeah, and
they gotta hook you, and then they're like, "We got you." They're like this fish here, right? They're like, you like the crack. They're crack dealers, is what they are. They're like,
I
you want
suppose
some more? Yeah, it feels good, right? Come on back.
it seems like they fall into the category of stuff like acupuncture or certain even massage. You could give but there are benefits to all of them, and the people who go to these things, like acupuncture, people love it, is my understanding, when they get it, and if they keep going back. Same with chiropractic. Anyone who's gone seems to really dig it and speaks very highly of it. So I don't know. I'll probably go. I'm going to have to at some point. Jimmy has inceptioned me. I will report back with how it is, whether it made it way better or immensely worse.
Paralyzed from the waist down, or...
Damn it. He just hit me just right. Yeah, I hate to see it.
I went to one chiropractor one time where he did this. he like poked me here, and I was like, oh my god. He was like, all right, now lift your arms. So I was like, I literally can't. He fucking like Vulcaned me. I was just like, ah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I had never experienced anything like that before in my life.
Wow. Yeah, that's a weird power that some of them have. You didn't go back to that guy, that wizard, or you went back and his office was gone. An abandoned building.
Ooh, something fun to talk about. So,
Final.
we saw on social media that the Tonga Hut posted about their new Tiger Lounge.
Yes. Yes. I'm baffled.
And we don't know what it is, but we want to be there, and we're going to guess.
Yeah, we're going to investigate. I have it seen, because if you go to the Tonga Hut account, you can see the chairs and like kind of the setup, and it's outdoors as the rest of it is, and it has a bunch of like framed pictures and scrolls of tigers behind it, and then like two plush chairs, like kind of like just next to a table. And I think it's like a VIP section in the Tonga Hut.
Just
outdoor scenario.
Is it just like in the corner?
I think so.
I love it.
Yeah, I want to get a transcript of the meeting where that was created. Let alone just the naming of it, because it's a great name and I need to know more.
It is a great name. They're like, man, we don't have enough stuff in this corner. What should we do? Someone's like, listen to this.
Here's what we do. You know what people love. It's also like it's a lounge for two people, but the name is so... You know exactly what it is, and at the same time you have so many questions.
Yeah. That's the perfect description, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have to check it out. We'll probably go. And the thing also about Tonga, if you talk to the people working there, and we have, so many of them are just fucking laid back and like cool, and will just tell you, like, there's not... If you talk to like... Compared to, say... when you go to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, everyone there's in character. You know, like everyone...
Okay.
That's a theme park thing, which is a different thing than a bar. But here they'll just be like, oh, we had some fucking extra chairs and we thought this would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing is going to be the thing. You know, if there's a story behind it, I want to hear it.
We had all these tigers in the back. They're just in the back.
So you know that Netflix doc that everybody watched last year when they were stuck inside? We thought...
Turn that shit show into a seating area.
Yep. It's also, speaking of Tonga, fun to watch. I guess they just got umbrellas when I was backstage looking at the...
I had that on my list.
Really?
I was going to talk about their new umbrellas.
It's fantastic because you're watching a tiki bar evolve before your eyes.
Like a Pokemon.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. I don't quite get the reference.
What's up, Fled 199?
We're talking Tiger Lounge and Pokemon now.
Also, they posted something that I think the caption was like, the jig is up, and it had what looked like little shot glasses of the drooling bastard. But I'm curious if they're going to be shot glasses or if they're going to be like jiggers that are like Tonga Hut jiggers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was curious. That
seeing this, I'll have to check it out after the show because I'm very intrigued now. I would get a drooling, but I have a fucking pin from them. That's the drooling bastard for people who don't know.
Yeah.
He's a statue that they have in their a statue/water feature, I guess. And water features are big in Tiki architecture. And he's just fucking drooling into a bowl.
He's the best. I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, too, your pin there was made by our boy Hit Tiki, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are correct.
Abaddon for the win. If you guys
What
don't follow
a-
Hip Tiki, follow Hip Tiki. He's the man.
Okay, new show idea. It's like Pawn Stars, but it's just Tiki stuff, and you're behind the desk, and they bring in shit.
Now we're talking.
That's the bit. That's the next step for this show, so watch for it.
Best I can do is 2 shrunken heads.
Here's a handful of gold. People bring statues and fucking like a scimitar. I'm the Chumley on that show, and I'm like, Mac, I need that sword. I have to have that sword. Please, can we buy it?
Oh my god.
Not official. I need it.
For the people in the chat who don't know us super well, when Jeff and I lived together, we, for a good period of time, were avid Pawn Stars watchers, and those were good times.
Yep. We got out of it around the time that we stopped living together. Well, we still watched it for a bit, but then there was a period where Pawn Stars got sponsored by Subway, and they had random do you remember that?
Yeah.
They had
it's like the skits in the back that were like commercials.
Which I was like, okay, now they've jumped the shark. They've lost me. I watched again this past weekend, just flipping around, believe it or not. And they had, I forget all their names except Chumley, but the main guy,
Rick,
thank you. He was in fucking Virginia buying one of George Washington's full suits. Yeah. It was like this aged sort of white, yellowed, just coat, undershirt, pants. It was all on a mannequin. They brought him into his Virginia home in Mount Vernon. It was a whole, this collector was like, I'll sell you this, $3 million. And Rick was like, I kind of really want this. And it ends up, he's like, I'll give you $2.5 million. And the guy's like, no. So he didn't end up buying George Washington's suit. But I was like, of course he's going to have to say, I'll give you less than you want, because that's the whole shtick on the show.
Right.
But it's $500,000 is the best he could bring it down. Because he's like, I know this thing's fucking, this is a historic piece of America.
This should be in a museum.
Yes. You should not own this. No regular person, short of Washington's great-great-grandson or daughter, should own this.
That's hilarious.
He would probably try to resell it for $7 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna come in with $6.5 million. It's gonna be like, no.
I got to make a profit on this, okay? I got to keep the lights on. I'm sorry. I would love to give it away for this, but the money isn't there for me. $7 million.
Who am I going to sell this to? The Smithsonian?
They don't have money.
Bringing it back around to Tiki bars. Purple Orchid is back open.
Oh, never been.
I have had great experiences there. I am not super a huge fan of the bar itself, but I would, especially now that the whole thing is outdoors, I would definitely go check it out.
Where is it? Is that El Segundo?
Yeah, El Segundo.
Okay, we talked about this, I think, briefly.
Yeah, it's right down by LAX.
Great. Get it, and then I'll just take a cross-country flight. Blasted. What do they have a drink that you like or that you prefer or anything there, or is it?
The only thing I honestly remember having there was a Scorpion Bowl that I shared with Tay and Val, which I remember being pretty good, but we were also pretty drunk by that point.
So everything's good.
Who knows?
Thing to be bad at that point.
Yeah. I will say, because I hopped on Yelp after I saw their post just to double check and see what their hours are. But a a lot of the reviews were saying that their Singapore Sling was really good. So
Nice. I'm not a gin guy, but nice.
yeah, um, they're open Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 2, and Saturdays and Sunday from 2 to 2. If anybody cares,
Two to
every day, which is cool, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
We'll have to check that out and report back. I love to check out a new bar like that.
yeah. We were talking about getting lunch sometime, either this week or next week. We should just do that. You should come down here. It's your turn.
It is true. Sorry, Creepers Cove asked, who is the tikiest of the nation's founders?
It's got to be Ben Franklin, right?
Of the founders. Why?
Because
I don't...
he's the one who smoked a bunch of weed.
Is that Tiki?
It means he's the coolest.
That's not... Of all of them, it might the only one legit born in the Caribbean was Hamilton.
Fair.
Have to be him. But in terms of, like, there was not
Dogs are about to bark. Hang on.
Great.
1 minute.
All right, guys, back to the Jeff Show. It's just me all the time. Today, oh, sorry, Mac is.
Yeah, I'll sign for it.
Someone, that's what's happening.
And if I have your first
But dog of Max, the little fluffy guy, Oliver, who is the best I can approximate a living version of the Chain Chomp from Mario, or like if the Graboids from Tremors had legs. He looks very much like that. He's a lot like the Demigorgon from, oh, thank God. I've been describing Kiefer to them.
I heard someone coming up the stairs outside, and I was like, oh no, here it comes. Val was expecting a package today, so that was FedEx. So.
Oh, great. Thanks, Val.
We're back.
Boy.
And Jeff is totally right. He's a chain chomp. Man, hush. Come here, baby. We're good. Anyways.
Yeah. That was good content. That was probably one of the strongest segments we've ever done here.
Definitely highlighted this episode.
That might just have to be a post, that whole bit. Hey guys, if you haven't tuned in, here's what happens if anyone comes to Mac's store 3 and 4 on Wednesday.
Here at my private studio.
Sorry, my dogs are attacking somebody. I need to go take this for a second.
Fuck we were talking about?
I think the tikiest founding father.
Oh, right. Hamilton. Yeah. No, you're probably right.
Probably, but I would love to hear.
I mean, there's a rum named after him, right? So.
Is there?
Hamilton rum?
That's that Hamilton? You have a bottle near you?
They have the ministryofrum.com.
I'll look into it. That's interesting.
It looks like there's a signature that maybe says Edward Hamilton.
As Surfside Sips points out, the owner of the company is named Hamilton. And
could be
fine with us saying this, and we can apologize if we're wrong. He's got our formula down. We have our apologies to make.
Well, maybe he's a descendant.
We'll look into it. I'm happy to check out what the fuck his situation is.
What else? Tay is coming to Tiki Oasis,
That's great.
which is awesome. Are you coming?
I don't know. Late July?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You and Tay could get a room. You guys could split a B&B.
That would be a lot of fun. That's a
Would.
sit.
Yes.
That's yeah, Jim Jam is right. The Ministry of Rum doesn't sound foreboding at all. That's a whole different swing on the Harry Potter franchise. If that's the...
Do they have the Ministry of Magic? Is that what that is?
But the Ministry of Rum. Much drunker group of wizards, I would imagine.
Right, yeah. I would definitely read those books / watch those movies.
The movies are good, but yeah, there's not nearly enough rum, clearly.
Yeah.
Compared to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. Which could use more wizards, I guess.
That's true.
Wizards of the Caribbean.
Okay, now I'm listening. You have my again. You won me back over.
Let's get into some questions.
Finally, yeah.
So, this week, again, I had changed up the format a little bit, which I asked the question, yo, what is the tikiest blank? And people gave us some stuff to discuss.
Okay.
JP, one of my old roommates, asks, yo, what's the tikiest animal or animals?
So that's tough, because, and I think there was something we were going to, I think it was drinks maybe that we were going to do a March Madness for.
Right.
Animals, I think you have to break down by genus at first. You can't just say, like, flamingo, or, like, toucan, or alligator even, which are all great choices.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it would come down to what do you see the most of in the culture, as well as what are like the most drinks named after, what do you see a lot of artwork of, just what's the most prominent is one thing, and then we can make an argument for the other ones just based on A, B, and C, whether we think this animal deserves more of a, like, you see a lot of octopus sort of memorabilia.
I was going to say cephalopods, totally.
Cephalopods, totally. You also see sharks, though. You see a lot of that maritime. Those are two that are very prominent, as well as a scorpion. You would think would rank pretty high.
You would think so. Do they have scorpions in the Caribbean?
The Polynesian. I think they might. I'm not absolutely positive. Because, yeah, when you look at the region that a lot of them come from, too, the ocean fucking covers a lot of territory on the planet.
Are there scorpions that... I thought scorpions were, like, sort of desert exclusive.
Well, desert, jungle, full.
Are there jungle scorpions?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am today years old when I learned this fact.
They're not just... As a child who grew up in Arizona, I can see why you would think that they were only a desert.
They're all over the deserts.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the mummy, you got scorpions, you got scarabs.
Yeah. Scarab, I think, is exclusive. Well, I don't know if it's exclusively, but that's a very desert thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume. Much like I assume scorpions.
Yeah, but no, not so much. Well, it's kind of like snakes, too. These are going to be different breeds and different types. A snake, you could make a good case for being a tiki thing. You see that in a lot of stuff. Piranha, even.
Yeah.
Going wild with monkeys being the most tiki. Which, I guess, as descendants of, and in the same sort of evolutionary tree, monkeys are probably just a few million years away from developing
The first Mai Tai.
tiki culture themselves, yeah. On that. The tikiest animal, though, you see a lot of fucking parrots, a lot of birds, the exotic type.
Yeah, parrots, toucans,
Toucans, big one.
pufferfish, right?
Pufferfish are big.
Anglers.
Angler? You know what? Here's the thing. We're going to have to March Madness this, Mac. That's the only...
We are, yeah. This is a good March Madness for these.
We're going to have to, because... And then we'll have, like, one bracket is fish. This one, birds. This one, mammals. This one, frogs, amphibians, scorpions, and bugs.
Totally. Yeah.
And
no, this is great, though. We should figure out a time to, like, we'll get together. We would have to do, like, a single live stream where everybody's on and we've got, like, a big whiteboard and we can, like, talk to everybody in the chat and break each bracket down. Yeah,
well, I would hope it would just be like a vote on our stories type situation.
Okay, so this is going to be like a couple weeks of... This is going to be like a whole March.
It's going to... If anything, Mac, it should be a June or July madness.
It should... What's the good alliteration? August anger. There it is.
Oh, because of madness. I see what you mean. Let's just call it like a June jamboree, you know?
There you go.
June jungle jamboree. When we get animals. Because, like, there's a case to be made. Tiger, you would think, should go pretty far given the Tiger Lounge that we've discussed.
There's a whole lounge.
There's a whole lounge named for him. Zebra is also kind of, you know. So, I guess I have a lot of thoughts about all of this. And I would like to flesh those out and as well give the audience a chance to decide, vote, push.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that Kelsey is going to try to just run the bracket with Flamingo.
Flamingo, clearly.
That's a good Tiki animal. Is it the Tikiest? Because if it got down to shark, flamingo, tiger, whatever got through the lizard insect bracket, do you think it still takes it? I don't know. That's up for them to decide. I don't think... If that's the final four, by the way, wow.
Hey, I don't know if shark's beating out cephalopod.
It's just going to say cephalopod? It should say octopus.
But squids are super cheeky, too. Cuttlefish, I guess, less so. But it's going to come down to octopus and squid, I guess, right?
That's kind of... To me, that's what, like... We can get into the sort of... But it's like a big cat, you know? Like, we wouldn't have tiger and... Well, I guess we would have tiger and, like, puma.
Because we'd probably also have, like, toucan and parrot, right? You wouldn't just have bird.
The bird bracket is gonna be nuts. Emu, dodo, T-Rex.
Ooh, dodo is a good one, too.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's a dodo emoji that does not get used enough?
That's true, I agree. It does not.
I gotta start pushing that out.
Yeah, let's okay. In addition to March Madness, at Creeper's Cove, Jungle Jam. June Jungle Jam, great. Let's all try to use the dodo emoji a little more in the next week or so.
June is going to be Dodo Emoji Awareness Month.
Great.
Deem.
Dodo emoji. Yeah.
June is Deem, bro. Everyone's saying it.
June is Deem. Sorry, Surfside Sips says in chat, which one would win in a fight? Of the four I named, or just in general? Of the final four, one was a shark, and the other's a flamingo. I'm going to rule out flamingo very quickly. And then there's tiger, which I think I would still have to give to... Let's assume that the lizard insect category is going to be alligator, right? Crocodile.
Okay.
That'd be my guess. That's my final four. As of now, having not made the brackets or even considered what other people or creatures are going to be in it.
I like that.
Fighting, I think I got to give it to shark. That's just a mouth.
I guess it comes down to, because, I mean, where is this battle happening? If it's in the ocean, clearly shark.
Yeah.
But if it's happening on, like, a mountain, probably not shark.
I'm not going to put my money on shark. Alligator kind of covers both.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Yeah.
this is why if you had squid,
Go on.
they can sometimes be on land for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Stone Flamingo says tigers can swim. We're fucked here, bro. This is a long discussion.
This has gotten way off the rails. It was what's the tikiest, and now it's become a gladiatorial match of animal cockfighting. Which seems to happen a lot on this show, Mac. Why does it happen?
We gotta change the name of the show, bro.
To could this animal beat this animal? Welcome back.
While we drink Mai Tais?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one question. Tikiest animal.
So that's one. So this question came from both Tiki Tay and Kelsey. They both asked, what's the tikiest fruit?
Tikiest fruit? Whew. Wow. So, getting back to our March Madness, what we're going to need is a bracket of sour, and we're going to need berry. So, here's the thing. Yeah, pineapple, new captain in town just threw. Did pineapple, the chat is going wild with pineapple, Mac. And I think I have to agree, that was my first thought as well. Though statistically, lime is in more drinks.
Agreed.
But pineapple is more of the exotic and mysterious OG tiki feeling. And there were times, as the Smuggler's Cove book points out, that in the 50s, people would have, or 50s, in the tiki era, people would have parties and would legit rent a pineapple and just, show it off. Yeah. Well, and, consider if you were at a farmer's market and you saw one of those for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Really, anytime I see a fruit for the first time that's like a weird-looking fruit, it's so mind-blowing. Like the first time you ever saw a dragon fruit, you're like,
It's crazy.
What am I looking at?
I saw a Korean melon, it looks like an orange football with, big ridges. I'll post a picture of it.
Neat.
Yeah, I walked over, I was like, I've never seen this. Please, let me buy it.
I had a Nerf football as a kid that I feel like you're describing.
It's a lot like that, yes.
Nice.
It's shockingly close to that.
Ian says, come over and look at my pineapple.
Yeah, that's what people did. They would rent them.
We got to make shirts that say that.
Come over and look at my pineapple, and it's just...
Or bumper stickers, right? You can put it on the back of your car.
That's a great idea.
Come over and look at my pineapple.
And then a link to us at the bottom. Or just this show's name.
So my argument between pineapple and limes, I think, which, I mean, you also got to throw passion fruit in there too. That's gonna come up on the on the scale somewhere. But my ultimate, I feel like pineapples are represented more as a symbol in tiki than any other fruit. Like you don't see you don't come across a lot of Aloha shirts with like a lime wheel.
True.
Or like a grapefruit on it or something, right?
And I think that's a mistake, but I agree with you. There's a good point there.
That would make for a good shirt, right? With just a bunch of tiki fruits.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Bananas? Well, I mean, bananas aren't really used as much as limes, pineapple, grapefruit. But totally.
Okay, here's the shirt series, right? It's a bunch of Aloha shirts, but each shirt is a drink. So it's like you got the Mai Tai shirt that has almond and orange and limes and I don't know, rum barrels or something. And then you've got sugar cane or something, right?
Sure.
And then you've got what's in a Planter's Punch. You put all those on a shirt. Each shirt has the ingredients but all over.
Ice. Yeah, no, look, you had me at the first one.
Stop talking about it.
That's great. Someone get Shag on the phone. Someone get Jeff Granito to watch this podcast and make this shirt. and send each of us one, and our viewers.
There's 8 people in here. You all heard it.
Yeah, you got it. We manifest it, so here we go. Surfside Sips does point out that a jackfruit looks like an alien egg. You know what that... If you don't know what it is, it's basically... It looks like an all-over cactus, kind of. It's just a big brown, and it's spiky every inch of it.
Yeah.
And at some point thought, I bet I can eat this.
I want to crack that open.
I'm going to crack it open and see. Hopefully nothing springs out to attack me.
Radio Wasteland said pineapple and dodo birds. That would make a great... That's a great shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tight shirt. And then, like, some flower or something I need a sort of...
Hibiscus. You get the...
I think I've said it to you before, but I described my ideal formula for these sorts of shirts. The ones that catch my attention have some form of animal, some type of flower, and then a third thing that kind of just make it whatever you want, make it your own. I've been taken by other things. Like, there's simpler ones that have won me over, like this one, or some other, just like pineapples would be great. But that's usually the formula that catches my eye.
Yeah, that's legit. I don't like stuff that's too loud in my Aloha shirts, personally.
Oh. Well, that's the difference between you and me.
Looking for the bang!
I've never... Because I like to put it on, it's as loud as possible, as long as it still looks good, but I do love to have just, boom, some oomph. Because also, so many times people are like, hey, great shirt, which is not that I need it, but it seems like it's tough to have, like, a bad day or a bad interaction when someone is wearing this shirt. And I feel like that just, that's the energy you put out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, great call.
That's my take on it. But
all right.
subdued shirts are also good.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Yeah.
This from the guy with the chain and the loud Hawaiian shirt. Probably doesn't mind having too much of a vibe thrown out there.
Le Champion.
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from Chief Tiki. What's up, Bummy? What is the tikiest mug?
Ooh.
Yeah.
The tikiest mug? Lead off. I feel like you're going to have... This is one of my... this is my guy. He's huge. Our third co-host. But tikiest mug.
I mean, I sort of feel like just the Bob mug, right? Like your classic Bob.
Yeah, but okay. Let me say that suppose someone, and I know a lot of our viewers or a lot of listeners may not be as tiki involved. If you saw that mug, would you, and you had no prior knowledge of the culture behind it, would you immediately say, oh, that's very tiki. That's the tikiest mug I've ever seen. Or would you think, oh, that's a cool piece, but I wouldn't immediately go to tiki, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. So then I guess you're asking of, like, what's the most... Because in the culture itself, I would say that there's more mugs based on the Bob mug than there are based on any other. Like, I can't even really, there's like the Mr. Ballyhigh mug that has people do riffs on that. There's a bunch of like Enchanted Tiki Room mugs,
right?
Like inspired mugs,
Without
Stone Flamingo says rum barrels. That's pretty good.
And Creeper Cove says Moai, which I was going to say both of these. These guys are paying attention. These guys have seen some episodes. Because I was going to say that a Moai, the big stonehead, or a rum, like a barrel, yes, yeah, or like you. Or like even the sort of like classic shrunken head type mug.
Mm-hmm.
Those are three that when you see it, you immediately say, oh, that's tiki. Now there's more of a history and a culture behind the ones you named. There's more of almost a brand awareness. But
yeah.
these that are just like the iconic type,
Mm-hmm.
there's something to be said for that as like the Tiki-ist, just at a glance.
Yeah.
My take.
I mean, that's totally legit. You know, I think more that, you know, I guess, because I guess you could say like the Suffering Bastard mug, which is this one up here, if you can sort of see it.
The green one?
Yeah, it's the Moai, and he's like,
He's suffering.
yeah. And so that's like a mug that there's a bunch of riffs on, you know, so that definitely, plus it's got the Moai, it's all kind of encompassing there. But really, I feel like there's sort of only so many like classic mugs where you're like, oh, that's a Bob mug, or that's a, you know, a riff on this mug. Whereas, because really, if you're, you know, it's like, if you look at something like this mug, you're like, oh, that's a Tiki mug.
That's Tiki.
It's clearly a Tiki mug. This is from Bauer Pottery. Shout out to Bauer Pottery.
Hey.
Two-faced mug, really great.
Oh, that's hip.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really.
This was Val's first mug.
Oh, good choice. Good
Yeah.
start.
I think I bought that for her. Anyways, so like you can see something like that and be like, that is a Tiki mug clearly, but what is like the Tiki-ist of mugs? Because I mean, maybe you could even say that like a coconut, right? Like they have the ceramic coconuts.
That's original.
Yeah, or a skull.
Skull is good too. Yeah. Even and you know, once we get to the holiday season, Surfing Santa, get ready for him.
Bingo.
Santa, AK, one of the best.
But I mean, just from here, from this spot right here, we've got 1 bob, 2 bob, 3 bob, 4 bob, 5 bobs just over my shoulder.
So I mean, you have a type though.
I got a lot of bobs.
I mean, hey, to each their own.
Are all my bobs just for? I think they're all like ocean related. Yeah, I think that's all of them. It's funny.
That's shocking. So that's, I mean, now again, we'll talk about a March Madness, March Madness. Mug Madness.
Nailed it.
Did it great.
Okay, so the last question that I got, also from Chief Tiki Tay.
Great.
What is the... Hey, what's up, Don? What is the Tikiest icon or symbol?
So this is, again, getting into, I think, the same-ish discussion of the mugs. And it becomes like, you know, pirate, Moai is a big one, and then pineapple or, you know, coconut.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, certain flowers, some sort of, like, vegetation could be a thing.
Yeah, hibiscus or bird of paradise. Or
Well, okay, so Tiki is symbol. Like, in what context? Like, if I see a sign, is that what it would be?
okay, so let's say you're walking down the street and there's just a sign for a bar, but there's no name on it. There's just a symbol. What symbol would make you go, "Oh, this is a Tiki bar"?
As Creeper's Cove says, palm tree is pretty good. Pineapple, I think, is again up there. Moai that would be tough to misinterpret, but it's a little vaguer, I think, in the sense that I expect to see it.
I'm always surprised how when I'll like say Moai to people if in conversation who aren't like in the Tiki community,
yeah,
they have no concept of what I'm talking about. They're like a Moai, like what are you saying? And I'm like the Easter Island head. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't really know what that was.
Fucking SpongeBob. Creeper's Cove also says that you need a Cephala Bob mug.
100%. And if anyone can hit up, I'm pretty sure it's Gecko, the mug artist from Hawaii, Gecko South Seas Art. I'm pretty sure he makes a really stellar cephalobob mug that I would die to have, but he makes great stuff, man.
Creeper's Cove in the chat says that if the pineapple is upside down, that means it's swingers.
I did not know this.
This is important. This is good info.
What's the upside down moai mean?
I've never seen that.
You haven't been to the right parties, Jeff.
That's a good time. Yeah, I guess coconuts maybe even would be another thing. Skull and Crossbones is vaguely dangerous, but I think would also get the point across. That could go either way.
It gives you the escapism vibe for sure right off the bat, right?
This is for the sign. If you saw a sign and it just said an arrow and it said Skull and Crossbones, you might get killed there. Or it's a cool bar. Maybe both.
Roll the dice.
Roll those dice.
Yeah, I think for me it'd probably be moai, I guess. Or, I mean, also, there is, well, I mean, and this is also outside of, like, tikis, I guess, right? Because there are, like, famous tikis that are tiki. Like, inherently. So if you came across a bar that had a tiki for the logo, you'd be like, this is a fucking tiki bar, I get that.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, like, you know, Shrunken Heads.
Shrunken Head is pretty up there.
Huh. Yeah, I've always had such a fascination with moais my whole life, so that would definitely be it for me. But yeah. Also, fish floats.
Yeah. I mean, you want to see them in a bar, like they make sense, but I think as decoration outside of a place, I would think that must be a tiki bar. If I saw a sign, and again, I'm picturing, this is like when, like in the Old West or in like medieval times when they just had the sign and it had like a piece of meat on it, and you're like, oh, that's a restaurant or the butcher, or, oh, it's a fucking inn, you know? That's what I'm picturing here. What would get that point across as a symbol?
What about Volcano?
That seems like a tiki bar or a warning.
This restaurant might be a volcano.
Don't go this way, there's a volcano. It could erupt and murder you.
See, Ian, I mean, Tiki Torch is good, but I feel like it was sort of ruined by all the racists in whichever Carolina that was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also tried to ruin Aloha shirts, and we are not letting them.
We're taking that back.
I've been wearing these for years.
Your wardrobe literally went nothing but suits, nothing but tank tops, nothing but Aloha shirts.
This is true.
The 10 years, the 11 years I've known you. I can break it up into 3 segments.
Evolution, baby. Adapt or die.
You're your own Pokemon. This is your final form, bro. How's it feel?
I don't know. We'll see. I can probably get weirder with it.
You got that ring coming.
We're going to try. Mac. I want to surprise our audience.
Yeah. Well, that's all the questions I had. Did you have any?
No, I haven't looked in a bit, but maybe I did. And we'll
Hell no. Hell no.
No, I don't. You had a good prompt. We've talked about this, but you had a good, like, this will stir up the conversation, and I am, like, getting in my car to go do stuff, and I'm like, let's just fucking crank this out. Oh, God, I'm going to be late for the show.
Any shout-outs to wrap us up?
Of course, Surfside Sips. I'll let you handle the sponsor into that. You have all the info in front of you. But Surfside Sips is fantastic. I've been using it all day. We use it all every day. Fantastic shit. Yeah.
Use it to sip out of my shot glass.
Perfect.
Um,
Also, Adventurers Pack and the Odd on Twitch, on Discord, and then on they stream, but they're also on Instagram. And then our dear friend Scuba Emma, our first and only scuba guest.
is that her? Is that her official Tiki name? Because I love it.
We're gonna run it into the ground.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. And her company, Sazura. You can find it online. We'll plug it in a bit. I still have to hammer out the details of any...
How to pronounce it.
No, she told us.
Yeah, I didn't write it down.
Said it right. Sazura.
Sazura.
But spelled like Julius Caesar the Emperor.
Okay.
Yeah, don't think too hard about it.
I'm so sorry, Scuba Emma. We are just fucking this up so bad.
Creepers Cove for putting it in the chat.
So is it like Caesar with an A at the end? So like
No, it's like Sazura.
So like Saz, like the hop name.
What?
There's a hop in beer called
Okay.
Saz. It's Saaz.
She wrote it as Sazurah.
Okay. Sazura.
Okay. Good. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Thank you, Creepers Cove, for your help.
Sazura.
God.
Sazu. It's like Jumanji
Yeah.
or Zathura.
Yeah, we're good to our sponsors. And we know how to say names.
So check out Surfside Sips for all your glass straw needs. Use the code word ISTHISTIKI for 20% off your dope-ass new glass straws, reusable, nearly unbreakable. Don't try and break them, but they're really hardy.
Yeah, that is true.
Surprisingly so. Also, shout out to my guys at the Happy Tiki Head Show. Oh, so sort of fun news about this. They had a really great show with Andrew last night, which was great. And it was also Ian's last show for a while. I know. But, one, our homegrown homie, Stone Flamingo, is going to be taking over sometimes for Ian to be the guest host on Happy Tiki Head Show. I'm going to be checking that out. I'm stoked about that.
Great.
I know. I'm hyped. And Ian Creepers Cove has a whole bunch of stuff in the works that I am stoked to see. They got a podcast coming. They've got, he's got, I don't, him and I have talked in private, so I don't want to give away all his stuff, but keep your eyes on Creepers Cove for some really great new content coming up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for all of those past involved that I've just mentioned.
Love it. Can't wait. Good for all of you guys. That's awesome.
For real. Hyped on y'all. Otherwise, I think that's all I got for this week.
We have the best fans. We have the best audience. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. And every week we get together backstage and we say, what are we going to talk about this time? How are we going to fill an hour? That's done. But
Don't mention the bear suits.
oh, we're going to talk about that backstage, Mac. Don't you worry.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, same Tiki time, same Tiki channel.
Yep. Can't wait. Mahalo, mates.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.